Yes, I would. I mean, what you're saying is exactly correct. As a freshman playing the quarterback position, as a coach, you start off with, does he know the plays? Does he know the formation? He's got to communicate the formation, the play. Does he understand the defenses, the coverages? Does he understand when the ball is snapped, where he's going with the ball? Who's he throwing it to? Is he handing it off? Now we've got to be able to take that next step with John in terms of, okay, here's the situation of this game. When you look back at football games and they're 3.5 hours long and 60 minutes on the clock, you could break it down to a number of things, but there's going to be situations that arise that are critical in terms of the specific outcome, and we've got to get better at those specific situations this spring.
Carter Wall, he's a mid-year. I mean, he came in right.
Yes.
Any particular area on that line? I mean, is he guard?
Carter Wall is coming off a little bit of an injury, and if he practices this spring, it'll be probably sometime in April. And he is a young man. He's very unique. He's a young man that's played center. He's played guard. He's played tackle position, and on both sides. So he's played all 5 positions, and very, very athletic, very intelligent. And he's a guy. We'll see how things play out early this spring with our offensive line. Obviously, we know Coach Gordy Shaw is our new offensive line coach, so he's got to get a feel for the young men we've got. And then after the first couple of weeks of spring, then Coach Shaw and our staff will have a better idea kind of where to try to put Carter.
Is there an area that you specifically would like to focus on, see improvement from one position during this time in the spring? Is there some?
One in particular.
Or any?
Well, I mean, yeah. Again, it's going to be coach speak. I mean, we need to see improvement in all positions. And we talked about this with our student athletes. If we just do the same thing we did last year, a year from now we'll have won 8 games. So, again, our goals and our expectations are to compete for and win a conference championship every year, and we've got to improve. So again, trying to answer your question, if the linebackers really, really improve and everybody else kind of stays the same, our football program hasn't improved. So it's kind of unique in that really across the board, other than punter, we've got guys with tremendous game experience returning for us, and all of those young men individually need to improve this spring, and then on their own next summer, and with our strength and conditioning staff, so that next fall, while they've all improved individually, our team collectively has gotten better.
Do you like where you are going into spring with the success with the people that you've had last year that have kind of tasted what it takes and then how they need to take that next step?
Yes, and I don't. I guess it's a fine line. I'm going to be splitting hairs, of which I don't have many with what you just asked. We've got to make sure our guys have that same hunger and fire they did a year ago, coming off a disappointing season. So it's encouraging. It's good for them that they had success. Now, as coaches, it's our responsibility to make sure they understand the work that it's going to take to take that next step this upcoming season.
There's going to be probably a decision made in the middle of the week about the 10-second rule that they're proposing. Thoughts on,
Well, I mean, yeah, I got plenty of thoughts. I mean, it's a proposal that's come about. I'm not sure how it appeared all of a sudden a few weeks ago, but I know there's been a lot of public outcry, if you will, from a number of programs, a number of head coaches. I saw Rich Rodriguez put out a very, very clever video this morning, kind of addressing the rule proposal as well, and it'll be interesting. I'm anxious to see what the vote is going to be. And it's what I think. I will say this, and I'll be quiet and let you ask your next question. But I think you know, a lot of people, it's not so much the substitution as it is if an offense subs, the defense is allowed to sub. The referee is going to stand over the ball and allow them to sub. So if the offense does not sub by rule, they don't have to wait for the defense to sub. You know, so the defense can always sub, but if the offense doesn't, they don't have to wait for the defense to finish and complete their substitution. So, you know, it'll be interesting. You know, it's I think a lot of people speculate where it's coming from, and you know, I haven't seen any data that backs up the injury claims, but it'll be interesting to see what that vote looks like here in the next couple of days.
The NCAA also is looking at some things this spring in terms of changing the governance structure that would allow the larger conferences to do a little bit more in terms of doing things without having to get approval from the entire NCAA. And then theoretically that sort of trickles down to the non-revenue rich conferences. What's the degree of your confidence that you actually will keep up with that, and that the American will keep up with whatever financial initiatives are taken by those big conferences?
Now, I wish you had a microphone. I counted 7 really big words in that question. You know, I'm very confident our conference will keep up. And again, you look at the programs that we've had, you look at the success and the national exposure we've had, specifically this past season with the first year of the American Athletic Conference under that name, being the old Big East. You look at the success Central Florida had representing our conference as the league champion. So, you know, again, whether the NCAA, you know, you're using a lot of governance and all these fancy words, but whether they give the ability to conferences to really monitor the programs and make those types of decisions, you know, I'm going to use the word interesting as well. You know, that's going to be, there's a lot going on right now, certainly with the NCAA and you know, trying to form unions as student athletes, and then again giving some authority to conferences to make decisions. So you know, again, it'll be interesting to see how all that plays out over the course of the next couple months and probably years, to be honest with you.
Does the presence of the stadium going up, though, give you perhaps a good feeling that UH is prepared to do what it has to do and what it is able to do to keep up with things in whatever direction?
I think the adding the stadium without question shows that you know, we will be a player nationally. I think the Board of Regents just approved a multi-million-dollar basketball practice facility. We've got brand new practice fields for our football program in the back. So it's you know, certainly facilities have a lot to do with it when you talk about individual programs. And I think our program and our university is making that statement, you know, with the building of the new stadium and certainly the Board of Regents approving the basketball facility.
Tony, could you bring up or have any player bring up the union situation, or is that like an open door deal if they want to come talk to you about it, or has that even not been a topic?
In our program, it has not been a topic to this point.
Any other housekeeping of major position switches this spring, you guys that you want to look at, or anybody else that'll have to sit out number of reasons?
No, not that I can think of. Yeah, we've got a couple of guys that are coming off minor injuries that we may hold out today and Wednesday, but nothing major. Yes, yep. Trayvon Randall will be practicing this spring, and he's going to be playing as, not Joseph's going to think I just lied to him, but he's going to be playing rush, defensive end or stand-up outside linebacker on the line of scrimmage.
Eric Allen listed now as defensive end / defensive back, which I know looks weird on paper, but because of the role that rush in, like you talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You just describe a little bit on what you guys were looking at and why there's that slash there now.
Well, yeah, Eric Allen is going to play some safety for us, and has actually lost some weight. He's very, very fast. He's certainly very athletic. and he's down to 212 pounds. He's 6'2", 6'2 and a half, 212, 210, 212, somewhere in there. You know, he's going to play some safety for us this spring. So, and he's a guy, again, really excited about him. Came here as a safety, gained some weight, moved from safety to linebacker, then linebacker to the defensive end, the rush position. You know, unfortunately, on the 10th play for him personally this past fall, suffered a muscle strain in his leg and missed 6 games. So came back, was in the rotation with Trevor Harris and Tyus Bowser. Was probably never full speed. You know, when you miss 6 games and he had 2 bye weeks, he missed basically 2 months of practice, so had to get back into game shape. But excited about him making that move to safety, and again, that naturally for him, that's his position. Mm-hmm.
The loan of Bowser's basketball, is that gonna, I mean, the season's practically over, but then they got the tournament, will be travel, is there anything with that, or just be out football?
No, he's going to in fact, Tyus has been traveling with the basketball team. Yeah, I watched their Temple game the other night, and there he was up in Philadelphia. So he's going to continue with our men's basketball program until the conclusion of their season, and then he'll join spring practice. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you.